birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Oh, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.
Well, Tuesday evening can only mean one thing, and that is the Hidden Whip Brewery Company Xfinity Series Racing League. I'm Eddie Smith with B-Speed, and tonight we're going to be taking on Kentucky Speedway. We don't see Kentucky anymore, not in real life, but here we are on the service, and we're going to race it here tonight. It is a fast and treacherous track. It's a little bit different how you get around it's around it the best here tonight. As always, thank you for watching the Lincoln Tech Fall Series. Lincoln Tech sponsoring the entirety of every single series in Goat Locker, and we definitely appreciate them. Well, Kentucky is definitely an interesting race. At it here, and it's different in a lot of ways, but I think what most folks will kind of see that is interesting about this sort of 1.5 miler is the fact that the turns are a little bit different. 1 and 2, you kind of run almost wide open. You run pretty fast. You carry a lot of speed. 3 and 4, you really have to slow down. Usually, it's 1 and 2 that you have to really check up on, and so that kind of throws a little wrench in it. Changes how you drive. You have to be careful. You got to get through turns 3 and 4 the best, and whoever can do that will get the win tonight. But you see there, it turns 14 to 17 degrees, 1.5 miles from Kentucky. Well, qualifying is currently underway as we have just a few minutes left. Let's take a look at your point standings, where everybody's standing at the moment. This is going to start to get interesting. We're halfway through the regular season. You can see 5 different winners in the that we've had so far. Michael Kostick, Cody McElwain, Jake Ellingson, Andy Kurtz, Chris Sawyer are the ones that are locked in. Then you see Daniel Cunningham with Lucas Lyon, Patrick Dravitt, Jamie Barkas, Lance Ripka, Mickey Isaac, and Bobby Germain. They're in the top 12, but there are so many races left, 5 to be exact. And tonight, who might check their box and make it into the playoffs, or will we see the first 2-time winner here in the Hidden Wit Brewery Xfinity Series? So we're going to find all that out and more. But first, let's jump into the National Anthem presented by Jared Clark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, as always, thank Jared Ashley for Navy vet for his rendition of the National Anthem. And we're going to the grid here tonight. Of course, we've got to give out the Jam Printing and Promotions Pole Award. That's going to go to the Jam Printing and Promotions driver of Patrick Dravitt, which he might be running a different scheme tonight. Who knows? But in a lot of the series he is. He's going to start on the front row. Right alongside of him is going to be Kyle Holt, 59. In row number 2 is going to be Jacob Ellingson with Johnny Cofield there in 4th. In 5th, Mickey Isaac, Jeremiah Mullins in 6th. In 7th is going to be Andy Kurtz and Cody in that 8th position. In 9th, Daniel Cunningham with Craig Von Traeger. Rounding out your top 10. In 11th, Michael Kostick, Jamie Barkas in that 12th spot. In 13th, Alex Cruz with Daniel Blow in 14th. In 15th, Michael McCarthy and Chris Sawyer, Daytona 16th. In 17th, Travis Beaver with Cliff Adams in the 18th position. In 19th, Bobby Germain with Chance Taylor in 20th. 21st, Matt Knights, Mark Hollifield in 22nd. 23rd, Tanner Berthay, Jeremy Garner in 24th. 25th, John Anthony in the 26th position. 27th, Doug Ellingson and Gary Wright will bring up your caboose. Well, waiting on the cars to fire. Get these engines, these cars, and get some racing here on Kentucky Speedway. Let's look at that track again, just on a different little graphic there. You see it opened in 2000 in Kentucky, and there you can see all the corners again. But you can see just sort of the interesting layout of this track and just the way that it is turns work. That 3 and 4 is going to be interesting. 1 and 2, almost flat out. You can almost take it wide open, but maybe not in these cars. We'll see. They are getting rolling here. Let's take a look at your track, or your race analysis, excuse me. 100 laps here tonight. It won't be a long one unless we have a bunch of cautions. Hopefully that's not the case. 45 miles an hour is your pit road speed limit, and 4 tire sets available in the pits. 2 green white checker defense, 100% fuel load, and that big setup. Well, as always, thanks Hidden Whip Brewery Company for their sponsorship of this Xfinity series, and I think this points stuff is going to be something we'll talk about for the next few races. And Dravik out front here looking to lock himself in if he can. That's going to be a story tonight. Will we see a 6th different winner on the season, or will we see a repeat winner? That's what I'm interested to see, and just how these guys navigate a track that you don't see very often. But we're getting ready to go green. 100 laps at this track. Pace Dravik holding. Going to be row number 1. See guys still getting caught up here, but we are getting ready for the green flag. Barney's got the green flag in his hands. Into the Geico restart zone they go. Green flag out here in Kentucky. Well, as the girls start finish line, there is a wreck. Michael McCarthy is going around along with John Anthony, and I can't see who else. Somebody was flipping upside down. Looks like Bobby Germain involved in a wreck. Right, I do believe, was one of those drivers. But Michael McCarthy goes around. I think that's might have been where it started. So coming to take at the line for for lap number 2. And we have our first caution of the night. See, it's already happening here. Let's go back a little bit further and see what happened. McCarthy there in that 3, but there's a middle of 3 wide, and Alex Cruz kind of checks up a little bit. McCarthy gets in the back of him, gets up into, I believe that's Jamie Barkus, and then makes contact with of Travis Bieber, was the driver that got lifted up off the ground right here. Look, there's the contact with Cruz, then Barkus, and then unfortunately for Bieber, he's going to get clobbered by Chance Taylor, who has nowhere to go as he runs into the back of a few drivers going through the field. I don't know if that was Bobby Germain there. I don't know what happened to him, but no, he just gets turned out in the aftermath. It takes a little spin through the infield. So not what we want to see here tonight, that's for sure. We do not want to see a wreck this early. But we got some folks coming down pit road, obviously those that were involved in that incident. Arthie, Bieber, Chance Taylor. A couple of those will be surprised they fast repair. They do have a fast repair, and a pretty big hit there for Chance Taylor. I mean, he's missing his hood here. I know you kind of want to save those from time to time, but I think we'll see him come back in. I just can't imagine trying to run. Travis Bieber does use his fast repair, so he comes out with a fresh car. So, a couple folks involved in that one here early. Some guys like Bobby Germain who can't afford to have bad races. Chance Taylor as well. He can't afford to have too many forward. Now that the drop weeks have all been factored in, you don't want to be having those type of issues. So guys right around the cutoff having trouble early. Now, if you're going to have trouble, now's the time to do it. But Not good to have an issue there on lap number 1, but maybe that will settle folks down. We'll kind of get some green flag racing here in this one. Take a look at your driver cams tonight. Got the usual suspects. You got Jake Ellingson, Patrick Drabick, Jeremy Garner, and Mick. Take a look at this real quick and see if we can kind of eyeball something that's going on in the back of Jake Ellingson's. What is that T-shirt back there? Got a couple trophies and little T-shirt back there with a nice little slogan on it. But we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe there's something going. Little 99 is terrible T-shirt. I like that. Oh, Brandon Wallace tonight. So maybe he's watching and kind of get a little laugh at that. But pretty cool to see they're making T-shirts now. Makes me feel like a proud papa. Got some folks cheering on Craig Bontrager in that 10th position currently at the moment. Started there, is currently running. He was right there beside that wreck, so almost got caught up in that pretty early, but able to avoid it. And yeah, we're gonna get the 1 to go here and get back going green. Get a proper green flag start. Hopefully get how everything plays out. That 3 and 4 is going to be important as the race goes on. You really got to slow down as the tires start to wear out. 1 and 2 feels pretty good the whole time. But 3 and 4, it's almost like you got to come to a complete stop and get the run off the corner because you carry so much speed down into 1. It's so do that. So it'll be important to take care of those tires. But traffic seems to be the biggest issue at the moment. Trying to navigate that. You already saw a 3-wide situation have some sort of issue. Cody McElwain pulling down the track. Looks like to be no issue, just maybe a little bit bored. Waiting on some green flag racing. We're right there with you, Cody. Ready to see some badass racing like we see every Tuesday night. Thank y'all for joining us, by the way, here on the B-Speed. It's always great to have it's a little bit more intimate with the audience. I'd like to think. Nobody to over here to bug me. Talk right to y'all, talk to the drivers a little bit, talk to myself. You know, that happens a lot. Yes, it does. Into the Geico restart zone goes Patrick Drabick, who will have control of this start. Got on the inside is Kyle Holden dropped back about 4 spots there on that restart. Or on the initial start. Now is running back in 6th, but Kyle Holden, a notorious tire saver. He will tire save as long as you'll let him. And at the end of a tire run, we saw that a couple weeks ago. But glad to be back racing. Man, I tell you what, off weeks are tough. It's good to get away, take a break for sure, but I do miss these races when we don't have them. Right now, Andy Curtis, who is kind of in a couple series and has been just kicking butt. Look at it right now, going around the outside, making it work, trying to get the run down the back straightaway. You see the 07 going to pull up in front of him, kind of block him a little bit. See if he can make the outside work here. He does. Look at it. Just through the middle of the corner. You're on those tires, but it's still making a lot of speed off these corners. Able to get clear. Now looking down to the inside of Patrick Drabick, who will chop his nose off. Now Kurt's looking to maybe take the lead here early. Going to dive down to the inside. Drabick going to drive deep into turn number 3. Able to hang on to it. Great drive. Great entry for the 07. Going to hold on to the lead for now. And this lead is going to be important. At turn 3, I'm telling you, it is a big deal. It's probably why Kyle Holden is saving so hard, because that turn 3 will eat these tires alive, and eventually your car's not going to turn down into the corner. So it is important to get that clean air if you can get it. So Andy Kurtz knows that, and he is fighting for it now. Looking down to the inside. This time he has position on the 07. up as Patrick really leans on the side of that 48, and Patrick able to hold him off for another lap. Andy Kurtz putting the pressure on the 07 at the moment, but Patrick not phased one bit. Now Jacob Ellingson going to join and try to play a little spoiler, keep the pressure on it. We'll stay on board with Ellingson here for just a lap or two, just to hear the difference in the two turns. Is Kurt's going to run wide here on exit. Listen to the difference in the RPMs. Go down to the corner. Slows down to about 160 miles per hour in turn one. Let's see what the difference is in 3 and 4. All the way down 10 miles an hour slower through the middle of 3 and 4. That's just how slow you have to take that corner. It's only going to get worse as this race goes on, so you better be saving that right front. You're going to need it. But here comes Andy Kurtz down to the inside. This time, going to drive it deep. The 07 not going to have to fight for it. You saw Andy using that outside line to make those passes. Now, Patrick Drabick doing the same to hold him off. Can he make the pass? The inside. Very difficult when you have somebody pinning you down like the 07 is. The 07 basically saying, hey, look, you're either going to have to bump me out or I'm not going to give you an inch. And that's exactly what he's doing. The 07 holds on to it for now, but Andy Kurtz hanging on to that left rear quarter panel. Side by side for the lead here on lap 13. Waiting on that good green flag racing, and now we're getting it at the moment. Andy Kurtz. Clean air, the 07 and Patrick Drabick trying to keep it. Look at this battle. It does not get any better than these two right here battling it out. And Andy Kurtz showing some patience, not taking more than he needs. And not going to be able to make the pass. So the 07, Patrick Drabick holds on to it for now. The Hidden Brewery 07 machine looks pretty stout as he is out front here early. While this is going on, Mickey Isaac running back here in the 4th position. He has showed up to this little battle. And Johnny Cofield back in showing a lot of speed here early. But I still caution you to how much tire saving is going to matter here. You see these guys up front. They've been racing hard. How will that affect them as they get on into this run? Andy Kurtz has moved up 5 spots since the start of the race. You know he is pushing hard. Is that going to hurt him? Right? Third to Jacob Ellingson, who goes down to the inside, and now Andy Kurtz going to fall back to third. Did he burn those tires up? Pushing it a little bit too hard. We'll find out. You know, in some weird, odd world, I do enjoy Kentucky. I enjoy that it's a little bit different. You have to attack it. It's still a one lane, for the most part, track position type of track, but it's just a different track. How you drive it, I think it's definitely worthy of racing on it more often. But 3 and 4 does really eat the tires up, and I think that's, if you're a tire saving type of guy, this track really lends itself to you. Guys who race hard, push the car hard, it really punishes that. So I think it's a good change of pace. I think the ARCA car would be a great car to kind of put on this track. It would definitely put on some pretty good racing. We're starting to see Andy Kurtz fall back a little bit. Starting to suffer a little bit early from pushing the car too hard. And now Mickey Isaac going to get a run here down the front straightaway and try to take this third spot. Appreciate everybody joining in. I see a lot of Craig Bontrager fans. We definitely appreciate you guys being here, cheering. Guy, he is running back in the eighth position, has gained a couple of spots. Johnny Cofield really diving in. Look at this little battle. This is third on back to 7th, right on top of each other as these tires start to fade just a little bit. Kyle Holden going to the outside of the 97. We saw the 97 really charging the corner. Now Holden going to get up to the outside. It's a massive run. Cofield drop. You can see Andy Kurtz just suffering here as now he's going to slide up probably in front of Kyle Holden. Going to hold it down and allow Holden to get to the outside. Kyle Holden moving up quickly. You saw him drop back at the first part of the race, and people don't really know Kyle Holden. And I've called a series with him. He is, and you know, it's one of those things. You know, what I do in a race, if I see somebody that's similar to me in speed or faster, I always watch what they do. And if I pass them in the first 3 or 4 laps pretty easily, like they're sitting still, I kind of go, I don't know, maybe they don't know. And so when these guys made those passes on Kyle Holden, you know, on those that first initial start, maybe should have taken a little bit of notes. Maybe I should save a little bit. So they're learning right now, that's for sure, as now he's taking over that 4th position. Andy Kurtz continues to fall. Maybe wish he would have taken a little bit of few notes from that Kyle Holden book. Cofield, though, trying to get to the inside of the 48, on board with Johnny Cofield here. Mark Cofield, whatever. I don't know. He wrecked me in the ARCA series, so I'm mad at him. There he goes, diving down to the inside. He's going to make that pass work. We'll see. Andy Kurtz still trying to hang on at this point. He was up there battling for the lead, now all the way back into 6th and 7th. As Cofield has done a good job of saving those tires as well, looks like, and now bit nose ahead of the 48, can't quite clear him. We'll see if he can do it down the front stretch here. Andy Kurtz does have a massive run off the top side, but I think that top side just going to continue to compound the issue, and you can see right there, 48, really no option. Gonna have to let him go or he's going to be losing even more spot. These 3 drivers behind him start to chase him down, and then you can see the Bandits teammates of Michael Kostick and Daniel Cunningham in that Lightning McQueen number 91 machine. They are now moving forward. These guys know how to save tires. They know what they need to do, and you're starting to see them move forward. Well, 4 tire sets in this race, so 3 in the pits. We're now moving into lap 25. I don't think we'll see anybody coming down the pit road, although the times have dropped off substantially. The best laps that these guys ran were around the low 31s, 1-1s, 31-2s. Currently, the leader, Patrick Rabbit, running a 32.6. So that is a pretty big amount of fall off in just 24 laps. So tires are definitely being a big issue at the moment. So will we see anybody come down and try to take tires early, or they would just try to run to what the fuel run is at the moment? Normally, you would run to the midway point, but if the tires fall off enough, and we'll see if they plateau and stop, you could actually maybe 2-stop this race if it stays green. That's a big if. So we'll see what guys decide to do, and maybe gonna throw a Hail Mary. 2-stopper might not be a bad deal. Pit around lap 33, 35, and again at lap 65, 70, and see if you can't run these guys down on fresh tires. Because right now, I mean, almost 2-second fall off. That's a lot. Bontrager going to fall back to 10th as Michael Kostick and Daniel Cunningham both go through. Andy Kurtz right in front of him. Up front, it is still Patrick Rabbit leads the way. These guys always get dressed up for the broadcast. They got the goat locker here, and I can't go see what that hat is. Pull them up here in the, I don't know what that is. I don't know why I have a hard time seeing that. Just the quality of the Video Ninja. Can't really see what it is, but I think it says Lincoln Tech, actually. Yeah, Lincoln Tech. So, hey, he is supporting all the sponsors here tonight. He's got the Lincoln Tech hat on, got the Goat Locker Racing shirt, and then he's got the Hidden Whip Brewery Chevy Camaro out front in this race, lap 28. Jacob reeled him in just a little bit now, starting to fade is Patrick putting on a clinic here early. All you other fans, we got a lot of Bontrager fans in here. Who else you got fans of? Who out there is cheering for their driver? Who want to know? Because we got a lot of Bontrager fans, but I want to see those other fans in chat. Cheer your drivers on. They're gonna go back and see your comments when they go back and watch the broadcast. So give them a little help. Somebody out there might needs a little bit of extra juice. Those drivers who had that trouble early, Chance Taylor, Michael McCarthy, they're going to be racing side by side. As you can see, Chance Taylor trying to work the inside of under the three. The three going to pull down on his right rear quarter. That is close and turns it. What a piece of junk that was. And caution going to come out. My goodness. Wow, what a weird time for me to join, click the camera over, and caution out. Chance Taylor going to be done for the night. That fast repair is already used. Is now going to be done for the night. See the smoke coming out means the engine has expired. You will not be able to tow and get back in this one. So unfortunate that happened. We'll go back and see 100% what happened. We'll kind of go back a little bit. You see Chance Taylor working the end here in the three. See a big block from the three as he goes down into the corner. See the three turn right down. Watch the block right here. He's going to throw a block here on the 14, going to drive down into the corner, and we'll kind of see as they come off the corner who comes up, who goes down. You can see McCarthy. Yeah, I mean, McCarthy, it's hard to say. I hate to really say that was on purpose, but I mean, McCarthy didn't. If you're gonna, that's not respectful, I don't think. I think at that point he's got position on you. He's got the car in front. You turn down on his right rear. You don't give him the opportunity to go up towards the wall. And, I mean, honestly, just turned him. So, of course, that's just my opinion, and who cares what I think. But, honestly, I got to put that on the three there. At that point, you're beat. You're already thrown the block. You turn down on the right rear quarter. And, just give the guy a little bit of space. And that, to me, that's turning the guy right there. And John Anthony, unfortunately, going to be a sort of a innocent bystander in that. Who was right behind him. You can see right here. Watch on board with John Anthony. Nothing he could do as Chance Taylor just blasts off the wall. He was able to get down pit road, get his fast repair. He'll be down a lap, but he is still out on the track in that 57 machine. But everybody came down pit road. Patrick Dravitt comes down and gets 4 tires. Ellingson, Isaac, everybody coming down. Obviously, you. And so. Those guys were probably begging for a set of 4. Let's talk to some people. I mean, might as well. I can sit here, or we can talk to some of these drivers. Patrick Dravitt, got you in chat, brother. You've been kicking butt so far in this race. You got the Lincoln Tech hat on, you got the Goat Locker Racing shirt on, and you got the lead. How about that? So, what's it like out there? You're able to fight off Andy Kurtz. It seems like tire wear, a huge drop off as we get in. Talk about the car, how's it handling, and what do you need to do to try to get this done tonight?
Yeah, that was a whole lot of fun battling with Andy and all that other kind of crazy stuff. But, I mean, yeah, this track and this car, it's just eating the right front off of it. The car is extremely tight coming out of turn number 2, so it's just scrubbing speed and tire the entire time. But, I was hoping to get that long run going, and do some green flag stops there. I thought I'd kind of saved enough in the car to keep pace out front, but been a whole lot of fun so far. Can't wait for the second half of this race, and maybe we'll bring this Hidden Whip Brewery '07 to victory lane.
All right, well, we'll be cheering you on. Good luck in the rest of the race. Thanks for talking about that.
All right, brother.
Patrick Dravick, driver of the '07 Hidden Whip Brewery Chevy Camaro. Seems confident, having fun. That's the most important part. Are you having fun? That's what we're here to do. Have a good time. And so glad to hear that is happening. Let's talk to Jeremy Garner. He's got his Mountain Dew ready to roll here tonight. Garner, you started all the way in the back. So far up 12 positions from where you started. How's the car driving? Were you happy to see that caution there?
Honestly, I wasn't happy to see it. I'm pretty much a long run racer, depending on the track. It's definitely tight tonight. I kind of wish I would have started out front. Kentucky's probably one of my worst tracks, to be honest with you. I've struggled here for a long time. I've gotten very few wins here, just out of luck. But we'll just see how this plays out. I think I'll be good on the long run. It seems like everybody's pushing up in 3 and 4, and I think I'm holding a pretty good line in 3 and 4. So we'll see how this goes on the long run if it goes green.
All right, man. Be watching you, cheering you on. Good luck, Jeremy.
Thank you, buddy.
Jeremy Garner, moving up through the field, started in 24th, currently running in 11th. I mean, no surprise there. Expect to see that out of him. He is one of the in the league, and he shows it every single week. So expect to see him, especially if we get a couple more cautions. He'll make up some more spots, kind of playing the long game. I think that's what you got to do here. So same thing this time. You'll see guys kind of take off. I think, Patrick really wants to hold the lead, but you'll drop off. We might see a long run. Just because we got a caution there doesn't mean we'll get another one. So I definitely think it's a one-stop race from here. We'll see exactly what they do, but gonna have to save tires here. I think we're gonna see more of the same. Pace car gonna pull off, getting ready to get the green flag. 35 of 100, still a long way to go into the restart zone, and pretty good jump there for Jacob Ellingson. We'll see if Dravick able to clear him down into turn 1. We've seen that outside line pretty early be strong. As you see Ellingson kind of cheat up a little bit, did not run through the middle and use that car to block it, and it worked out to perfection. So the 27 holds on to that second place position, but Holden being a little bit more aggressive on these restarts. We'll see how long that lasts. Will he push it a little bit and then start to back up just a little bit, or what will he battle going on back here? You got Andy Kurtz, Craig Bontrager stuck up on the outside for the moment. Maybe he's not stuck up on the outside. Maybe he's just hauling ass, trying to make it work. Gets a run, a great run off of turn 2. I sound like Trump there. You got to run, a great run, probably the best that he's had all night. And look at him kind of slide up the track in 3 and 4, then push the gas and get a nice drive off. Oh, we got drivers going all over the place. Bobby Germain. Doug Ellingson, I think, went around and cautioned back. Kind of saw it in the distance. We'll see maybe what happened here. Saw Doug Ellingson get loose right there. We'll see what happened at this moment. He may not have. This he's not. Like it was maybe Bobby Germain and somebody got in the wall. It was the 21. Chris Sawyer? Looking at Chris Sawyer now. Bumper of Travis Bieber. Oh, just overdrives the corner as Bieber kind of checks up a little bit. Bieber catches it, and then Germain with a big run just kind of pinballs off of both those drivers. And both of them go in the wall, and a little surprised to see a caution come out for that. That was a very interesting caution for sure. Well, got some guys coming down pit road. Cody McElwain comes down. And Daniel Cunningham, I expect to be fuel only for those drivers. That's exactly what they're doing. So Daniel Cunningham down. Just a splash of fuel along with Cody McElwain, Jamie Barkus. Chris Sawyer comes down to get his fast repair. Bobby Germain getting a few repairs on his car. So some guys taking some fuel, thinking about the fuel, how far they can go. Gonna give up some track position. Could play out at the end. I'm not really sure how long they can go, and I'm not gonna drag anybody up in here. They're not gonna tell me. But because I wouldn't either. But we'll see. Chris Sawyer was given an EOL penalty for that caution, so he will drop it back. No takers really up front. Only 6 laps on these tires. Really the only reason they would come down. We'll go around a couple more times. So we'll take a short break. We'll think over here at Cruising Classics. We'll be right back. All right, back here at Kentucky. Want to thank our sponsor for this fall series, Lincoln Tech, along with Hidden Wit Brewery Company, for their sponsorship of the Xfinity series, and all the great sponsors here at Goat Locker that helps make this place go around. A lot of big things been going on in this racing league. You know, a lot of times the focus is on the racing league, but man, there is a lot of really cool things. A couple sim rigs getting ready to be given away. See that happening. Of course, this month is October, which is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, big Goat Locker's always not just looking out for veterans, but all kinds of awareness, all kinds of causes. And Goat Locker's on top of all. See there, 1 in 8 women in the United States is diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. It's the second leading cause of cancer death in women. So really cool to see anybody that does some different schemes. We'll see those from time to time. And it's always cool to see iRacing. They really always love to, any chance they get to kind of paint a car, they'll definitely do it. And you can see a couple drivers here. See 76 of Mark Hallfield with a pink car there. We'll see those throughout this. And already a couple on the docket, and cars that will be raced pretty soon. So expect to see more of that. But getting ready to go green here on lap 40. Still a long way to go in this race. Rabbit continues to lead the way. He has led lap so far. He gets a great jump. Ellingson does not. And holding all over the back bumper. Mickey Isaac now looking to the outside as they're too wide through 1 and 2. Single file now for the top 3 as Ellingson gets the, man, Mickey Isaac really gets tight. Fall through the pack there as he had to really get off the throttle. Great job by everybody not just piling in there. He's able to hang on to it, but a scary moment there for Mickey Isaac as he going to fall back to the 5th position. You see early on in maybe the first couple laps on cold tires, people like to jump up to the outside, but it seems like it's not the easiest thing in the world to make a pass work on the outside early. And so get the nice run on the outside of Andy Kurtz, who might go 3 wide here down the straightaway. He is. Craig Bontrager now down to the inside. 3 wide as somebody makes contact with the wall. Craig going to back out of it a little bit. And Alex Cruz going to go way up the track. It's no man's land if I've ever seen one. Caution back out on the speedway. And it looks like Jamie Barkus in the 15 is around in turn 1 and 2. And caution back out. Lay out. See Mark Hollifield in that 76. He kind of wiggles a little bit there on the back bumper of Travis Bieber, and the 15 going to drive to the inside. And yeah, Mark just going to drive in there. He had control of his car there for a while. Going board with it. See, just maybe a little bit too much steering ratio. You know, I see a lot of guys running like 16 to 1 because they feel like it makes them smoother, but you can see it's kind of left to right, just not quite able to make those fine, quick movements. You can see there, just the car is just kind of left to right, and just drives in there, hooks it a little bit, takes out the 15. So we'll see if we have any takers on pit road, and we do. We have quite a few. Michael Kostick going to come down pit road. Fuel obviously going to be maybe the thought process here. We'll see if anybody takes 4 tires. Watch the 3 as he comes down pit road. Yeah, he's going to take a set of tires here. They've only run 13 laps, and that is caution and green flag. So not that many green flag laps, but this should give them a slight advantage. And there is no reason to leave an extra set on pit road as you see the race off of pit road. Kostick, Kurtz, then Craig Bontrager, and Jeremy Garner. So some different strategy going on here. Can they make it on fuel? That is the question that I have now. I don't know if they can make it on fuel from here. Mark Hollifield. See him dropping back because he does get an EOL penalty. But he'll drop back to the end of this pack. And I do think we have Chuck Feltz and Tim Jones running race control tonight. So, hey, big shout out to those guys. Race control might be the in a league on iRacing. Nobody cares about you. Nobody thinks about you. Nobody thanks you whenever the race is over. It is a completely thankless job. And then you also have to penalize drivers. You make hard decisions, make hard calls. And you're often the, you're sort of word for frustration. You have to, guys want to argue with the calls and stuff like that. But race control, man, does make a big difference, especially here in Goat Locker. We like to have the rule is if you cause an accident, you should get an EOA. That's pretty solid of a penalty. When you don't have race control, it's hard to make those calls, hard to go back and watch replays while you're in the car. And so to have these guys, Chuck and Tim, sitting in there, being sort of the overlords over the track, throwing cautions if clearing black flags if they're erroneous or incorrect, giving folks EOLs who cause cautions, those are really important. So appreciate those guys out there for doing all that hard work. And like I said, thankless job for sure. A lot of times it'll get you yelled. Well, what are those tires going to do? I'm curious to see. just haven't had a whole lot of green flag laps so far, but Michael Kosick is going to lead that charge. And we'll see how far he's able to get up the running order. Obviously, don't think you can make it on fuel because they, I think everybody would have come down if that was the case. So we'll get the grab it. Continues to hold on to the lead, but it's been a little bit more competitive every single restart. But an odd race so far, and I think 4 cautions in the first half of the race for an Xfinity series is pretty wild. We looked at the average, about 4.5 for its Xfinity race, so we're kind of at that average now. So hopefully that doesn't continue. But Kentucky's a different track. It's odd. People don't race it very much, so it could be just a track used to the way this track runs and races. It's easy to go out there and run laps by yourself. It's another story to race side by side, and I think maybe that's what we're seeing here. Just not knowing how to race this track, race three wide, 2-3 wide for multiple laps, and just a few mistakes here and there is really all that we've seen. So we'll see if they clean it up here. Love to see a long green flag run here. Pace car pulls off. Goat Locker, front row. Into the Geico restart zone they'll go. And Barney with the green flag in his hand. Green flag back out here in Kentucky. Teammates working together on these restarts. They don't want to battle side by side unless they have to. If something happens to the 07, he gets loose. The 27 has to take that position. But if you can get single file work together, that is a lost art, I think, here on iRacing, is not taking every run that you get, not racing when you don't need to. These craft, they're so important, and you don't see that very often. Sometimes it's better to just ride behind somebody than take a run and slow both of you guys down if you can help it. Here comes Jeremiah Mullins, though, down to the inside of Kyle Holden. He'll take that 19 car up into the podium position. Take over that third spot. Kyle Holden not fighting. And that's what I'm talking about. Kyle Holden could have very easily fought for that position, but why? He just lets him go. Hey, you want to go? Fine, I'll let you go. Ride behind you. We won't lose any more time. Allow the field to spread out just a little bit as Doug Ellingson back here battling with Daniel Cunningham. Doug in that 13th position, now up on the high side. Comes down the track, drives it deep into the corner, or just over driving the corner a little bit. Going to come down the track in front of Garner. Doug trying to get that 58 truck going forward. He's going backwards, though, starting to struggle a little bit. We saw him get a little bit loose. You can see there he's kind of hugging the car on the inside. You'll see some guys, especially newer folks who are running iRacing, especially when they're really new, they're scared of getting in the wall. You can see right there, you're going to get in the wall and then bounce off of Cody McElway, and that's what he's scared of. They're more scared of the wall than they are other drivers. So you'll see guys kind of down on the straightaways come down the track. Oof, that was close. And he'll almost to his left just to try to stay off the wall a little bit. So Doug got a little space now. He can get back on the bottom line. But does a good job of letting everybody go there and get settled in here in 18th. Up front, it's still Patrick. Been able to break that bubble. Of course, the 27 has really been playing a lot of defense here in this part of the race. They get clear, and then it's just Goat Locker. And I think that's why Goat Locker wins so many races. Patrick Drabick, Jacob Ellingson, Jamie Barkus, Cody McElwain, they have so many wins. They are a large presence. Yes, they do a lot off the track, but on the track, man, they are a team to be reckoned with. They do not operate as single drivers. They operate as a unit for sure, and that is why they win so many races. These guys can get up here and might be a little bit faster at times than Patrick, but he elects not to go up there and race him, and that is why they've been able to pull a gap as the tires wear out and hold on to it. So when they operate as a unit, they are very, very hard to beat. Caution, though, back out on the speedway, and Jamie Barkus and Doug Ellingson. Again, Barkus going to call it quits, and the 58 is around, and caution, back out on the speedway here at Kentucky. Let's see what happened. Doug, you can see, was not having the greatest run here. There he is, hugging the 15 down the front straightaway, and we'll see what happened here. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of what I was saying earlier. You feel bad for Barkus there. Ooh, Matt Nice comes in at the last second. But, yeah, I mean, it's just new drivers. It's just what they do. You see it so many times, and it's just they're nervous about hitting the wall so much. But you'll see here, he's just going to turn down on the 15. See, he's kind of holding it down there. And right here, instead of going out towards the wall, just turns down. And unfortunately, both those drivers, their race is going to be most likely. It looks like Doug's able to go down pit road, get a faster pair, but no, it doesn't look like that he's going to be able to do that. He's already used it. So Doug Ellingson going to be out of this one early. Takes out Jamie Barkus with him. And we have our 5th caution of the night. And pit road now wide open. The leaders. So the Goat Locker teammates come in nose to tail on pit road. And see if they can exit pit road nose to tail. Travis Bieber, Michael Kostick, Jeremy Garner, Cody McElwain, Craig Bontrager, Andy Kurtz, and John Anthony stay out as you see the race off of pit road. It's like Jeremiah Mullins barely. Jermaine who comes down, and it's like Bobby takes just fuel only along with Chris Sawyer. I don't know if they've come down and made a mistake, maybe taking all their tires at this point, which is an easy mistake to have when you're so limited like they are now. So we're seeing as others who have who came down about 11 laps ago, now they cycle up to the front. Travis Bieber came down 17 laps ago and just took fuel, so I don't think he's going to be too happy about this decision. He is going to be hurting in the tire department, although he has been on pit road for 4 times. I think a couple times. One time I know for fuel. They came down one time for a faster pair. But he'll lead the race. Kostick, Garner, McElwain, Bontrager, Kurtz, and John Anthony all came down pit road that last caution. So they'll be on a little bit older tires, but they're able to flip the stage. Now Patrick is going to have his work cut out for him. He's been out front all race long in that 07 machine. Now it's going to be a little bit different. He led 54 laps, which is all of them up until this caution. Now he's going to be back in traffic. You're back in traffic, the arrow is just not there. You don't have the downforce you had. The car just gets a little bit tighter. Does not turn into the corner as good. Doesn't drive off on the exit. Start to scrub speed off. And you're having to put a little bit more wheel into it or let it roll longer. Just throws off the balance. So now he's going to work through. We'll see if the tires make a huge difference or not. But going to be new territory for Drabick and Ellingson. They're going to roll off 8th and 9th in this one. But a couple drivers up here that have wins. Kostick has a win this season. Cody McElwain, who is in 4th position, he also has a win. Jacob Ellingson with his win. Andy Kurtz back there in 6th. Kurtz has not been racing as much. I think Andy Kurtz is probably one of the most talented drivers in the field. But has taken, maybe hasn't been around as much as he has been. And you're starting to see a little bit. I mean, he's dominant in the truck series at Bristol, but tonight, just top of the tire wear, that seems to be what really hurt him, put him behind the 8 ball. We'll see. We haven't really had a long green flag run since then. But right now, I think everybody's just worried about those tire situation, the fuel situation, all that. So I don't think we'll see anybody really pushing too hard. But when we take the green flag, we will have 41 laps to go in this race. We'll keep an eye on the 07, but the one I'm curious about is your leader at the moment. That's Travis Bieber. I just wonder what his tire situation really is. If he was taking all of his tires at this point, but it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of plays out for him. Needs to get a good restart, get out there, not get swallowed up here by these fresher tires. We'll see what he can do here. Maybe clean air can be that what he needs. Getting ready to go green. Here they go into the Geico restart zone. 114 going to get a great jump. And we're back green here at Kentucky. And a good jump for Travis Bieber. Exactly what he needed to do. We'll see here what the tire difference is going to look like. So far, so good as Jeremy Gardner now to the inside of Cossack for second place. Cody McElwain going to follow in his tire tracks, trying to take it, but the 4 pushing hard. And look at Andy Kurtz making that outside line work. Boy, he is really in 3 and 4. And, man, we got 4 wide back here. Holy cow, look at this. Chris Sawyer on the outside. You've got Johnny Cofield. Oh, they're going to make contact up against the wall, the 21 and the 01. Oh, my goodness. Somebody's just driving right through them. Who is that? The 27 of Ellingson goes around. Gary Wright just kind of blasted in there, but what happened to Ellingson? You can see the 4 wide behind him. You know that wasn't going to work out. Not here on iRacing. But what happened to the 27? We were watching this. Oh, Anthony gets into the wall, gets that right rear just a little bit. It makes a little bit of contact, but I'll tell you what. Oh, man. I think he's okay. He just made a little bit of contact there, and nobody else hit him. So, good deal there for Ellingson. But let's go on board with Gary right here as we watch this 4 wide situation. As Sawyer's going to make a little bit of contact into the corner. Let's watch on board with Gary right here. He's just going to drive right into him. What the heck was that? All that track down the bottom. And he chose the one lane that had cars in it. Let's watch this again. Chris Sawyer, Mickey Isaac making it 3 wide, and then the opportunity presented itself with the 97 and Cofield there as they go 4 wide, and I don't know what happened here. Oh, Chris Sawyer gets into the wall a little bit. Comes down and hits Isaac. Just trying to give as much space as he can. And I guess he just gets up here and gets too close to the wall. And once he does, goes for a ride and on with until Gary Wright just boom, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's going to give the race trolls something to look at for sure. But back under yellow here as we are now into above average territory with on the night. Only 1 lead change. Travis Bieber, your second leader of the night. Patrick Dravick in that 7th position. And now Jacob Ellingson, who was right behind his teammate coming off pit road, now finds himself back in the 22nd position after that spin. So that's what you get to when you get off of the tire sequence kind of goes back and forth like this is you have the opportunity to get back there. He's been out front with his teammate, gets back here in the mess. A little bit of contact. Now he is on the outside looking in. Well, the two drivers up front, Travis Bieber and Jeremy Garner. Travis up 16 positions with this tire strategy, and Jeremy Garner up 21. Well, if you're watching, a bit of time to talk about some stuff, and we'll talk about something that I posted in the Discord today, and we've been talking about it for a while, but really just going to start pushing this, so we'll probably say it till I'm blue in the face, but want to kind of reiterate, man, how important it is. We get views for we get pretty decent views for an iRacing broadcast on every single broadcast network of eSpeed, Makoni Entertainment, and Nazareth 360. Goat Locker is definitely over the 100, a lot of times 150 view mark, which is so we definitely appreciate everybody who watches and who supports their driver or the league itself. But what I could ask for you is we are really trying to push Goat Locker out there. We want Goat Locker to be, when people think of iRacing and they think of iRacing leagues, we want Goat Locker's name to come up. We want that, and that, you know, everybody's got dreams, and, you know, we have to work to get there. It's not going to be given to us. But we want to get Goat Locker out there. The cause is one of the better ones, and we definitely want it to be out there in the zeitgeist of iRacing. And so how that gets through social media stuff. Whenever you see a Goat Locker thing, if you'll like it, share it. These broadcasts really need y'all to start clicking that like button and comment on the videos after the fact. You guys talk in chat, that's good. But if you can go back and say, put a comment on the video once it's done being live, and we can get more and more likes. Goat Locker goes up the algorithm and is more likely to be shown to people randomly. We have a lot of folks who watch, their friends and family guys from inside the league who watch these races, and you know, maybe a couple other fans. But what we'd like to do is Goat Locker reach other people that don't really know Goat Locker. If we can end up on their feed and they click these links, that just helps Goat Locker away. So if you got a chance, click that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you got the notification bell, click that too. Those all make a huge, huge difference. And then throw a comment down there. Really appreciate that if you can help us out. That'll make a big difference. But here we go. Getting ready to go green. 35 laps to go. Travis Bieber again with another good restart. As here comes Andy Kurtz trying to make a pass on Gardner here into turn one. Gets a great jump. Going to get to that outside. Been making that work all night long. Can he make it work here on Gardner? Gardner holds on stout off of turn two. You see Kurtz gets a little bit loose. It looks like Gardner going to hold on to it for now. It's down into 3 and 4. Andy Kurtz not able to continue that trend. Look at Patrick dominated this race. Lot has already, by the halfway point, has locked up leading the most laps of the race. Nobody can match him. Goes right by the 6, and he is on those fresh tires, so he is making it work. Teammate obviously didn't make it that difficult on him, kind of let him go, and continues to move forward. Here comes Johnny Cofield. This is the cluster, you know what, back here, and Daniel Cunningham in it. These guys, fresh tires. This is where the storm meets the old tires, new tires. You can see these guys navigating. Very treacherous. You want to get as many spots as you can get. As up is, oh my goodness, Patrick Drabick 3 wide as he goes around Kostick and Andy Kurtz and takes the 3rd position. We almost missed it. Let's go back and watch it again. Back it up just a few more as we're just seeing it, but he gets a great run off of turn 3. Out of the 48, now the 07 to the inside as they bang doors a little bit down into the corner, and the 07 emerges victorious out of that 3-wide situation. What a great move. Now we got a battle for the lead. Jeremy Garner can see that 07 coming, but this is music Grabick's ears. These guys running side by side. That's going to give him a great run here. You see he's already not been afraid to go 3 wide. He's going to get that same run. Can he do it again? Not going to be close enough, I don't think. But that 07 now poised to retake the lead once these guys kind of get it. Does he have the patience to wait this battle out? Travis Bieber tires starting to fade. He's on the oldest on the track. You can see exactly what that means. As off of 2, here comes Patrick down to the inside, going to dive it off into turn 3. The tire difference. Well, he's able to take second, and now Garner with the lead with 30 laps to go, but I just don't think he's going to be able to do anything with this 07 and the fresh tires that are coming with him. Drives into the corner, trying to hold him off. Pinches him down on. It's not going to work. The 07, Patrick Drabick. Fresh tires. Fast Camaro. He's going to drive it down in 3 and 4. Nothing that the 69 can do other than play a little bit of defense here from the guys that are coming along with him. Now the next driver on tire is Kyle Holden, who is back here. That's up on the outside. There is still a long way to go. These are 31, 32 second laps. And you can burn your stuff up if you're not. So even if you have fresh tires, you still have to save. If we do get a green flag run to the finish, you want to make sure that you've got a little bit of tires left. But man, look back here, 3 wide again. You see Jeremiah Mullins makes it past Craig Bontrager, Alex Cruz running up damn near at the wall. Down to the inside of Craig. Gonna make it a little contact. Craig moves up just a little bit. These guys battling hard back here. This is back for the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th position is Daniel Blow now on the outside. And here comes the 27. Jacob Ellingson trying to get back to the front if he can. This is a battle back here. These guys trying to find every spot. Oh, the 27 bumps into the 97. He's going to turn him. Oh, my goodness. They saved. Here comes Mark Hallfield. Feeling like Superman. As you see them all kind of go all over the place. They're able to avoid an incident, so no caution comes out. Go back, check that out. On board with Jacob Ellingson. Jacob trying to get 97, does not want it to happen. He drives into the corner. They kind of just pinball. The 97 just bounce it off of the car. And Jacob Ellingson, though, great job by not getting into the back of him again and spinning him out. So, gonna have to go back on the hunt. Speaking of the hunt, the 50 to join his new tire brethren. Gonna jump up to the outside of Gardner. And now Kyle Holden here at the end of these races. I told you better watch out for him. Got that 59 to the outside. Can he make this pass? 10-lap fresher tires, and Mickey Isaac's slow. He's going through the grass. The wheels are falling off of everybody's race. But we go back up here to second. 59 and the 69. Nice. Fresh tires on the 59. He's going to get the run off the corner. I don't think there's anything that Garner can do. And he takes out just 9/10 of a second back from your leader. Got some work to do. He's got 25 laps or so to do it. Guys are falling like rocks out here, so we'll see if we may not have seen our final caution, but we'll see if Kyle Holden can run down your leader. We'll see times at the 59 has gotten free of the 69. We'll see what type of times these two are running. See if Holden's got anything left in the tank. At the line, a 2.66 for Patrick Dravick, a 1.49 for Kyle Holden. So Holden got something left in the tank. Back here, Jeremiah Mullins, Cliff Adams, and Michael Costa. Costa gets to the outside. See just how much you have to check up for 3 and 4. Going to drop down to the bottom, get the 98 holds steady on the outside. Costa really with nowhere to go. Michael Kostic has Cody McElwain off bumper of that number 4. He's trying to make a pass, make something happen. Here comes Cody McElwain down to the inside. If you don't take every inch that you're given, somebody's willing to do it. Michael trying to be patient around these guys, and Cody says, thank you for that. Inside. We'll see if he can hold off. Kostic who can get picked here is really sort of the trick. Costa going to run way up the track, and I think that's going to give 6 what he needs. So move Cody McElwain up to 7th. Kyle Holden continues to move in on your lead under half a second as he continues to click off a 10th faster every single lap. As they cross the line, Patch Dravick 6.26, Kyle Holden a 4.69. So about a 10th and a half faster that time. As we continue to watch Cody McElwain try to make this pass here on Cliff Adams. Now inside the top 5, Jeremy Garner is the final driver on those older tires, so he's holding steady here in 3rd. But here you are. Holden now under 0.4 of a second. He is catching him. Bounces off the apron just a little bit. Makes him run wide. But you can see how close he is getting to the back bumper that time. About a 10th and a half faster again last lap. He is there. Still 20 laps to go. There is a long way to go. We've already seen how difficult Patrick Dravick. Kyle Holden likely going to need every bit of these 20 laps to get it done. Now, at this point, he's starting to run into the dirty air. It's starting to affect him. This is the max that dirty air is going to affect you right here in this little bubble. So he's really having to drive it deeper into the corner. Right there, you can see he's just not able to get it back on the throttle like he needs to. So that dirty air definitely affecting Kyle. He's able to close down within about 0.3, but that's where the dirty air becomes a problem. And you really just have to be patient at this point. Don't count these drivers out behind him. Gardner and Daniel Cunningham, who is also on fresh tires. He is just 1.3 seconds back from the leader. If he can dispatch Jeremy Garner quickly, still might have time, especially if these guys get up here and get the racing up at the front. A bit further back, Caustic still 6 able to get around Cliff Adams. Now Caustic trying to make that happen. Is here back here in 11th and 12th is Craig Bontrager and Andy Kurtz. Kurtz has been strong there on the outside. I think it's been to maybe his detriment as he has really heated those right sides up. It's been a struggle for him to make the tires work on the long run. And man, here comes McCarthy again. Right hooking another driver as Bontrager goes around and caution comes back out. Bontrager call it quits as he's going to tow back to pit lane. McCarthy on those fresh tires. See if we can get a better blimp view of this. Watching this replay here, we are watching a replay. Yeah, you know, Bontrager was up the track just a little bit, but I mean, we've already seen it twice from McCarthy, and McCarthy may be a newer, but you can see he's just not giving a whole lot of space here, and I mean, that, to me, that's a right hook again. He's done it once, you do it again, you know, it's hard to say whose fault it is, and but it seems like the three just you know, these are razor thin margins, and he is he's playing too close, and unfortunately, I think that's again on him. It's on his responsibility to make clean passes, and unfortunately, the last couple times he's been involved in a wreck, it's been him right hooking somebody into the wall. So, you know, I'm sure he'll disagree, but yeah, you have to give these guys a little bit of space. Right hooking somebody, not gonna work. Battle off pit road though. Patrick Drabick is gonna come down pit road. Jeremy Garner along with him. And so that will kind of reset everybody who was maybe playing a tire strategy. And now at this point, doesn't matter. Tires, no more. We're going to go as hard as we possibly can. And Garner winning that battle off pit road there was big. Kyle Holden a little bit passive, maybe getting on the pit road. He was about half a second slower than Jeremy Garner on pit lane, who matched Patrick Drabick's time on pit lane. So slower, and that cost him a spot. So he's going to fall back to third. Cunningham holds on to that fourth position. Might get the EOL for that one, and he'll go back to the again. That's his second on the night. Bontrager fans not happy about that one, I'm sure, as their driver out of this one. He's going to call it quits and will likely come home in the 23rd position. Race is still anybody's. Now everything has reset. 4 tires all the way through the field. Nobody holding on to a set anymore. So those guys who stayed out there, Jeremy Garner, obviously a massive winner. Daniel Cunningham as well. Big winners there on that tire exchange. So Garner, who started in the back, in a position to maybe steal a win. 27 of Jacob Ellingson, who was up front all night long after that little contact, just hasn't been able to break through the pack, get up to where he was. Currently runs in 12th. Just stacked at the moment. So a lot of things can happen. Now, we've seen Patrick Drabick, Jeremy Garner, while these guys do talk a lot of trash, they are friendly, but boy, do they race hard. And a lot of times that racing ends up in accidents. We've seen it quite a few times between these two. They're not going to give each other an inch, I promise you. So it's going to be interesting. If you're in the top 5, you may have a good opportunity to win here. I think, you know, for Patrick Drabick, just needs to get clear and do what he's been doing all race long and get out front and not give that lead up. But Garner, we know how much speed he has. He always says he's a long run driver, but you'll see he's able to make it work just about anywhere, any car, any track, and any set of tires. So we'll see how aggressive he's going to be here, but I think he's got enough speed to win this race. Kyle Holden there. Yeah, this restart's going to be big. I mean, we're going to have 10 laps to go when we take the green flag. There's a lot that can happen on this restart. Patrick Drabick can wait in the box, try to pull one on Garner, play a little bit of restart game. You know, it's a double-edged. If I'm Patrick Drabick, I almost want to wait as long as I can and try to pull Kyle Holden with. I want Kyle Holden to start as good as me, and that way Kyle and Jeremy are side by side into one, and they're battling for second place, giving me the extra 3 or 4 tenths that you need to get this win. If not, I think it's going to be tough to hold off these guys. These guys are really, really quick. So if I'm Drabic, I'm trying to figure out a way to make sure that 59 gets a good restart. Drabic can try to pull away. We'll see what he does right here. There we go. Coming to 10 laps to go here at Kentucky in the Hidden Wit Brewery Xfinity Series. Patrick Drabic dominated this race in the first half, found his way back up to the front. Now he's going to have to fight for it with 10 laps to go. Who gets the victory here at Kentucky into the restart zone? Drabic gets a great jump. Kyle Holden going to be right there to the inside. Gardner tries to block it, but the perfect scenario for Drabic happens. They're going to be battling side by side for second. Will he be able to pull away? Take advantage of it as Daniel Blow goes around. Big wreck as Andy Kurtz goes around. Cody McElwain involved. Alex Cruz involved. The big one back behind him as Cole Tires bites at Daniel Blow, and that 17 goes around, and caution back out. See Daniel on 48 looking down to the inside. Cody McElwain in the 48 making a little bit of contact with the 17 just out of the groove there, and makes contact with the 48, right hooks him into the wall. Go on board with Andy Kurtz. Watch what it looks like. You're not expecting. See that little bit of contact, get a little bit loose, and then Daniel's going to get loose here, and boom, it is all shoot. He's trying to get it fired up here, but ends up having to tow. He'll be on pit road taking the tow. He does have a faster pair, but going to go a lap down at this point. Race is over for the 48. And by the timing and scoring, Kyle Holden now was able to hold on to that second position. So that just flip-flops these two drivers. We'll have a restart with even less laps to go, and we'll have probably 2 or 3 laps here. We'll have about a 5 or 6 lap shootout to the end of this race. Well, there's nothing much left to be said in this race. I'm just so curious. I think Drabic, that was the best restart he could have hoped for. And I know he could do it again. But every time that you have another restart, it's just another variable, another chance for one of these other two drivers to have an even better one. We saw a few races ago try to jump a restart one time. Didn't work out for him, but I like the attempt, and I would like to see that here, because if Holden could stay to the outside of the 07 going into 1 and 2, he can definitely hold him off. That outside line has been pretty stout on the first couple laps, so if you're Holden, you would love for that to happen. I just don't think that's possible with the way these restarts are. The leader just has such an advantage. But it's either get clear and then get clear of Garner. Not let Garner get to the inside where he has to battle him. He needs to get to the back bumper of the 07 as quick as possible. Should get the 1 to green here. Hopefully get a green. Although I'm not entirely confident in that. Well, here we go. Do the 1 to green. Lights are going to go out on the pace car. Who's going to get the win? Patrick Dravick. Seal the deal. Kyle Holden get his win. First one in the series. Jeremy Garner, can he go up there? Go from the back to the front. Daniel Cunningham. Get his first win of the season. He's right there at top of the non-winners point standings. He's been good all season long. I think unless a wreck happens, you're going to have to be in the first 2 rows. I just don't see making anything happen. Although I will say Jacob Ellingson in that 27 car, he has recovered nicely up to 7th. So he has done a fantastic job. Going to end up with a good finish. A win, not sure, but we'll see. All right, getting ready to go. Going to have 6 laps to go when they take the green flag. Who's going to get the victory? I cannot wait to see. Pace car pulls off 55 miles. The restart zone. These guys bumping and banging, just waiting on the 07 to take off into the box. Takes off right in the middle of the box. Gardner going to get a great jump. Now the 59 and the 69 going to be side by side. Although Kyle Holden does get a great run down the straightaway, but side by side for second. Excuse me. Gardner putting pressure. Battle for second is on. The 07 loving this. Gardner almost makes contact with the 59 as the 59 really make that work. So now Gardner now 3 wide with Cunningham and the 19 of Jeremiah Mullins. They're 3 wide for 3rd place. Who comes out on top? They're going to battle it. Door banging. Still 3 wide as they come off the corner. Here comes to the inside. Oh, these guys door banging still. The 91, the 69. Here comes the 27. They're still door banging. They're like stuck. And here comes Jacob Ellingson. They've been 3 wide this whole time. Just the bottom car has changed. They can bang and bounce it off each other. Still 3 wide. Look at this racing. This is now for 6th, 7th, and 8th as they continue to battle. Oh, contact. They go, what in the world? Up the track, and they save it. What was that? I got to go back and see what happened there. I don't understand it. Not going to let you miss any action, but just trying to see what happened right. Oh, something happened to Patrick Dravitt as we're watching this. That's my fault, but holy cow, Patrick Dravitt has had some sort of issue. We'll go back and see what happened to him with just a few laps to go. You see Kyle Holden was running him down. Oh, and the 07 blinks out. And then comes back. So had some sort of wheel issue, is caused all back to the back half of the top 10. And Kyle Holden is now your leader, and he'll take the white flag. Holy cow, there was a lot going on there. I still don't know what happened between Daniel Cunningham and Jacob Ellingson. It looked like Cunningham just kind of drove the track into Ellingson, but it doesn't matter. Kyle Holden, after that issue with Patrick Drabick, some sort of wheel lockup where he disappeared, doesn't matter. Coming off the corner, Kyle Holden is going to win here at Kentucky. Led 3 laps, and it was the last 3. Started in second. And he will take the victory. Kyle Holden, first one in this series, first of many, most likely. And I still need to go back and see what happened between Cunningham. We're going to go back and look at that as burnouts on the track. We'll give him his flowers here as he burns it down on the front straightaway, but I have to see what happened between. I don't understand it. We know what happened to Drabick, but what happened to Cunningham? Trying to go back and find it. There they are. On board with Cunningham. Give you a little behind the scenes here. We'll try to see. Yeah, it looks like Ellingson just comes up into the 91, and that's what started it. Man, but what a great job by both those drivers to hang on to it. And Cunningham going to come home in the 6th position. For Ellingson, he's going to come home in 18th as he was so far off the pace, and it kind of like he just kind of said, whatever. I've had a terrible race after being up front all race long. But it all goes to Kyle Holden now, who is your winner. And we'll get him in here and talk to him. And, man, I can't hold this. Eddie in the booth got a copy.
Hey, what's going on, Eddie?
Man, well, it's good to see you again. And, I've been warning these guys about you. I let them know. I'm not going to let you come in here all being all secretive, talking about, you don't, whether or not Kyle Holden can win. Who is this guy? I know you can win. And tonight you showed that speed. You're saving a little bit of tires. Was that the strategy early on in this race?
It's been a while since I've driven the Xfinity car. I'm really used to the Cup car, so coming back to this after a couple years, this thing's it's a boat for sure. So it took me a little bit to kind of figure out what to do in turn 1, because I guess you just use a little bit more throttle than I was expecting. But once you do that, it just kind of floats around the corner. So it felt really pretty good. But no plans coming into this. We just kind of testing our foot back in the Xfinity stuff, and seems to be working out.
Yeah, and tire saving seemed to be the big issue tonight. I mean, we saw drop-offs almost 2 seconds if we could get along. Hard to get that long run throughout the race. Did you feel that tire wear? Was it really make any difference? Did you see any kind of saving being beneficial, or were you just kind of trying to find that balance?
I mean, you wanted to be a little bit quick, especially on fresh tires, but yeah, you wanted to save for sure. Like you didn't want to burn that right front. If you burn that right front, it was really hard to get through 1 and 2. But luckily, we saved a little bit at the front. We weren't really expecting to go back like 8 positions there, but we kind of just made the best of it. Kind of saved our tires, run the lowest line we possibly can, drive as slow as we possibly can, and that kind of worked out for us there to kind of move up. We had I think there was at least 10 cautions, I want to say, at the end there, maybe a little bit less than that. But one of those cautions, we got a little bit of a stretch, and I decided we just needed to move forward, and just went to the outside lane and put the pedal down no matter what it did to the tires. And luckily that kind of moved us up to P3 and gave us a shot for it.
Yeah, and you had those last couple restarts, and you're able to get clear. And it was going to be. I mean, race is on. I mean, nobody was really able to pass Patrick Drabick once he got out front. He was very tough to pass, pretty much like he is every week. And I don't know what racing gods you serve, but out in your favorite tonight as I don't know, some sort of wheel issue or screen issue that caused him to blink out. When he came back, he was back in 6th place, and you went into a corner in 2nd. You came out in 1st, and hey, sometimes luck plays a big factor. You obviously had the speed to win, but these races and to be able to get one like that, probably not the way you wanted it, but hey, you'll take it, huh?
Oh, of course, we'll take it. But yeah, had no idea what happened. I was hoping he didn't reappear back into me. He just disappeared. There was no message on the screen or anything. It was kind of wild. So sorry that he had to deal with that, and that kind of steals the win from him. But we'll take one when you can get one, you know.
That's right. Hell, hey, anytime you can get a win, that's what you want to do. So now you are the sixth different winner in this series, kind of a testament to the competitiveness, and you're gonna add your name to the list here tonight. So congratulations on winning here at Kentucky, and Kyle, man, the floor is yours. Who do you have to thank?
Well, of course, I got to thank you in the booth there, Eddie. Thank you for all the kind words you always give me. Huge thanks to the league for letting me join and put on a show for you guys. And huge thanks to Engineering Plus for giving me the time out of their out of the workday sometimes to kind of get my cars together and get my bearings together for the races.
All right. Well, there you have it. Your winner here tonight, Kyle Holden, who takes the victory. And of course, he obviously wants to thank Lincoln Tech, Hidden Wit Brewery, Cruising Classics, Nasty's Restaurant and Bar, Veterans for Life Foundation, Veterans for Life Racing, Invest, Jam Printing and Promotions, Speed, Nazareth 360, Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs, Alexander PC, Sim Motion, Next Level Racing, iRacing, and Above the Yellow Line. All the great sponsors. Kyle, I'm sure, definitely appreciative of all of those. New driver to the league. I'm going to help him out just a little bit. Second place, Jeremiah Mullins, who probably had the best looking car out on the track. That 19 machine was good looking out there. He started in that sixth position, been hanging around the top five all race long, and there at the end, kind of had the opportunity to get a second place finish. So congratulations, Jeremiah.
Yeah. Like you said, had a pretty clean car the whole time. You know, I guess at Kentucky, sometimes it's saving tires, sometimes it can get squirrely, and it's just keeping your car clean. Felt like I did a pretty good job there of just keeping it clean, keeping my tires fresh, staying in the game. Looking for opportunities like what happens. It's unfortunate for Patrick to drop out like that. He definitely ran a super fast race, but racing sometimes is all about being in the right spot to take advantage of a opportunity given to you. So yeah, the number 19 Liquid Death Toyota Super GR was definitely as fast as Xfinity Internet, and yeah, good second place finish.
Yeah, and all that went on around you. Talk about the racing out there. What was it like? Did it? It seemed like it was kind of tough to make those passes. What was it like out there for you? Do you enjoy this track? It's definitely a different one versus all the other 1.5 miles that we normally have.
Oh, I definitely love Kentucky. I mean, I just got a truck win here a couple weeks ago, one of my other leagues. It's definitely a good track for me. I really I'm new to this league, so this is only me third or fourth race. Definitely clean race, and I enjoy it. Tough. These guys, are consistent and good, and I like something that kind of pushes me to be better, pushes me to be smarter. And yeah, so I'm definitely enjoying it so far, and I look to be a long time member.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you. Always good to see new faces, and pretty much this whole podium is new faces. So I love it. I love to see y'all come in, and I hope y'all enjoy it. The Xfinity Series tonight, I mean, probably the worst caution, and normally
Yeah.
very, very caution free. So glad to have you, and man, congratulations on the second place finish. Who do you have to thank?
I just want to thank myself. I put in a lot of hard work.
All right, there you go. Second place, thanks himself. I like it. Jeremiah Mullins comes home, and then Cliff Adams is going to be your third place finisher. We'll get him up in here. I don't know any of these guys. So, hey, Cliff, this is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, third place finish. How about that, man? You were battling all race long. You started way back in 18. You're having to work your way through the field, making a bunch of passes, battling. Got that Chevy.com/accessories. Hopefully Chevy Camaro. It'd be weird on a Ford or a Toyota, but man, it seemed like you had a pretty fast piece, and you just had a great opportunity there at the end and made the most of it.
Yeah, it was pretty tough battling all the way through. It started out, way back there in the back, trying to make something happen. These guys are so fast and they're tough to pass.
Well, and I think this track lends itself to being that difficult with the car and the track combo. Kentucky, do you have a whole lot of experience in Kentucky? Do you like this track, or what's your thoughts on this combo?
Yeah, I like this track and the car combo. I've done some official racing here, but not any league racing. But yeah, I found a little bit of speed on the top end and on some restarts, so I could get a couple spots on the get go, and then it was kind of try to hold on. But I like the track because you can run high, you change your line a little bit, run low, even diamond it maybe a little bit, or at least drop low on the exit. Yeah, I really like this track and car combo.
Well, you're a new driver to the league, so we're always happy to see uh, folks like you show up and show out. Hey, that's the best thing about it. Being new to the league, come out here and finish. We're glad to have you first off, and man, congratulations on that third place finish. Started 18th, finished third. That is a great race tonight. And always, man, the floor is yours. Who do you have to thank here tonight?
I'd just like to thank you guys, putting on a good broadcast. Watched a couple of your stuff in the past, but I'd like to thank Lincoln Tech, Hidden Wit Brewery, sponsoring the series, Cruising Classics, Nasty Restaurants, Bar and Grill, Veterans for Life Foundation, Veterans for Life Racing, InVets, Jam Printing and Promotions, Marconi Setup Shop, V Speed, NSARA 360.
Right. Well, there you have it. Cliff Adams comes home in third place, and that's going to do it for us tonight. And I tell you what, there's going to be some heartbreak going on in this one tonight. A lot of folks had an opportunity to win. I mean, Patrick Gravick, obviously, it's the worst way to have an issue. Just having an issue or an internet issue, one of the two. Not really sure what happened there to the 07, but dominated this race, was in position to win. And just that it happens. But that's going to do it tonight. Kyle Holden punches his ticket to the plate. 5 different winners here in this series. Well, actually, I think it's 6 now. 6 different winners, excuse me. And man, just incredible. A lot of cautions here tonight, but still with some really good racing. And hey, look, that's what it's all about here at Go Locker. Thank y'all so much out here. Thanks to Hidden Wit Brewery Company for their sponsorship of this series. I want to thank Lincoln Tech for their sponsorship of the fall series. I'm Eddie Smith with B-Speed. Thanks to Adam Baker and Bradley Cooper for all that they do. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.